And welcome. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Samba Sunday Night Radio. We're just trying something new this evening, and we're just going to see how this goes. Let us know in the chat too, or in the comment section, if you would like to see more of this. We're always trying new things here on this platform, and this is yet another one of those things there. So welcome. I hope you guys are having a great day and a great evening. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And yes, I am your host, Dwayne. And for about the next hour or so, we're going to be just sit back listening to some great music. And at the same time, we may open up the phone line for any questions or, for callers to call in. So we might do that as well. So we're flexible. We'll see what happens. But I hope you guys had a great weekend here in sunny Arizona. It was another beautiful weekend. The weather is just fine and dandy and all of that, and had some good opportunity to get out there and get some sun and all of that. And that's what we've been, just hanging and not really chilling, always doing something, but again, so yeah, that's what we've been doing. How you been doing? What's been going on with you? Well, let me know. Put it in the chat below as well. And in the meantime, we're gonna get back to some more music, and later on we'll bring up a couple of quick topics that I may touch on. But in the meantime, let's get back to some more music. Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. Let's sit back and relax and welcome. You are listening to Sunday Night Radio with on Samba. I'm still getting it down, y'all. On the Samba Sunday Night Radio. That's what we're listening to this evening. I told y'all, if you're just joining us, we're doing something just a little bit different, and Sundays, should be relaxing days that, we just kind of getting our minds together, for the next week ahead and, recovering from the previous week and all of that. And I hope you're certainly doing that. Just real quick, I just want to mention to you that on our website, SambaTree.com, we are still running our sale, up to 30% off. We have just about everything in the store. It doesn't cover everything, but just about everything, up to 30% off. The website again is SambaTree.com. So make sure you check that out. This is a format that I am going to be incorporating over on our Samba Tree YouTube page, where we're going to create like some soundscapes. So, we're just going to start off. We're going to be creating like our own, playlist, so that, again, when we talk about recovery, when we're talking about restoration of the mind and the body and all of that, as you know by now, music plays a significant part of that as well. And so we want to make sure we're using everything we can to do that. You may have heard me mention this several times, at least already, is that when you look at our culture, you'll see that there isn't really a quiet fixture, if you will, within our culture. When you take a look at it, we tend to be a very boisterous, culture, and in of itself is nothing wrong with that. But we need to make sure that we put in some time where we allow our brain to rest, because, always being on 10 all the time, it's just not healthy. It isn't. And so we want to make sure that we are creating some space where, on our end, where we can help people to see the value in that, that we need to, allow our brains just to rest a little bit. And that's what we're about here. So that's what we're doing. And so again, make sure you check it out. Look forward to that in the very near future over on Samba Tree YouTube page. We'll be creating some soundscape videos there, of music, where you can just, have maybe music mixed with rainfall or snow, that kind of thing. So, we still cooking the Samba kitchen. We're always cooking up something. And so that will be coming in the very near future. So anyway, good to see you guys joining us, whether if you're listening to us live or you are, listening to the pre-record of this. The soundscape, by the way, that we're going to be doing over on Samba Tree is not going to have me talking. I'm just doing that here, this is just like a warm introduction to what we're going to be doing in the very near future. So if you haven't been doing it, make sure you check out our community page. At the next break we take, I'm gonna actually talk a little bit about what we've been posting over on our community page, and hope to get your input. And like I said, later on in this broadcast, we will make it open and available for people if you would like to participate. If you want to call in, we want to make it open for people to call in. If you wanted to contribute to that conversation, we would love to hear from you. It's one thing to put things in the in the comments or in the in the chat or whatever, but there's another thing when we're actually talking to each other, and and listening, to one another and all of that. So that's what we'll be doing. But in the meantime, let's get back to some great music here. And this next one, one of you guys had mentioned about this song, and I guess wanted to hear it. So I'm going to go ahead and play it again. This is a song that I actually wrote the lyrics to this, Be the Mountain. So let's take a listen to that, and then we'll roll into some other music, and then we'll be back a little bit later on and get to that community page section. Okay, so let's go. Thank you again for tuning in.
I've been running with the winds of change, trying to find my name in the rain, but the mountain never moves. It just breathes in the silence, and it knows the truth. Climbers come and go, say they've touched the top, but the mountain smiles, says, child, I never stop. Through all the noise I finally see, the stillness I was chasing is inside of me. Be the mountain, never shaken, never torn. Be the sky above the clouds, reborn. Be the star in the calm of night, always shining, always light. The real you, the real life is a peace that never Watch the ages turn like pages. Watch the heart forget who it was. But that voice inside, unchanged by time, still whispers love, because it was love.
Turn the noise down. Can you hear it? That child within.
Still here, still clean.
You are not your thoughts, you're the space between them.
Be still.
And remember who you are.
Be the mountain, be the sky, be the sky, be the sky, shine endlessly. The real who's been here all along, quiet, ancient, never strong.
right, we're back. Sorry, I'm gonna turn that off. We're back. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and for those of you just joining us, welcome. As I said earlier at the top of the hour, at the top of this broadcast here, that we're trying something a little bit different here on Samba Journeys. But what I'm doing here is something that is going to kind of, part of it is going to eventually, you're going to find it over on Samba Tree YouTube page. And what we're looking and doing is creating like some soundscape videos, videos that you will be able to go to. Just, there's tons of them here on YouTube, but we want to do our own. And so we're going to be doing that over on Samba Tree, videos where we're mixing, pretty much nature sounds with some soft, quiet music, that kind of thing, and kind of mix that together. So any day or any evening, if you want to just sit back and relax or whatever, we can, you can just hit that play button on those videos or whatever and just let it roll. So that's something that we are working on as we speak right now. And yeah, I'm very excited about that. So again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. And tonight, you'll hear me talking just a little bit. I mean, I'm just here just to sit back and relax and listen to the music myself. But, since it's on this platform and, we do talk on this platform, you'll just hear me just a little bit. Okay. I do want to bring your attention, though, to, our community page. Not going to get too much into that, but what I want people to understand is on this platform here, yes, we are absolutely, positively going to challenge folks. We're going to get people, our goal is to get people to think, to use your brain, the brain that you have in your head. And it's something that I always say on this platform is that you can choose to believe what you want to believe. We're not here to tell you not to believe this or that or whatever. You can choose to believe what you want to believe. But at the end of the day, truth does not equal belief or vice versa. Okay. And we're going to encourage people to go in, people all the time will say, I did my own research. But as you get to talking to people, you'll find that a lot of times their research is maybe a few memes or maybe seeing a 10-minute video or something like that. But it takes a lot more than that. It starts with a willingness to want to know the truth. I've been really encouraging people, just asking basic questions to people, just in the last few posts that we did to, here's some basic questions. I'm just asking, just take a look at this. What do you think? How do you rationalize this? And I had one person says, well, I don't care what you show. And so what that tells me is that person is not really interested in having any real conversation or dialogue or anything like that. We're not, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to be one of the nicest people that you're going to encounter when talking about these things, and really trying to get you to think. I'm not here to smash you. Many of you know our background already. We started off in Christendom and then we went into the Hebrew Israelite world and all of that. And so when we do talk about these things, I do keep that in mind. I don't stand on top of Mount Dwayne and say, you got to achieve like I am and all of that stuff. I want people to understand that. But in the process, too, I want people, most importantly, to use your brain, and not be fearful to ask questions. It doesn't take, don't let these people try to mess with your head and make you think that you got to gain access to books that are like thousands of years old or hundreds of years old. And they're, only a sacred few are able to get access to this stuff. And I'm just going to show you an excerpt, but they're trying to hide the truth. No, we live in an age right now where you can find out things very easily. And most of the time it only takes minutes, in some cases, even seconds. And so that is where freedom really begins, a willingness to stand on the truth regardless. And you're going to gain some friends, but I will also tell you, you're going to lose quite a few of them as well. But on this platform here, we're just about telling the truth and just starting from there. And so it's been quite challenging, but I'm going to tell you right now, that's what we want. That's what we want our lives to be at the end of the day. So Regardless if you're in Christendom or you're still a Hebrew or whatever, we don't hate you. We do not hate you at all. We may disagree on some things, but I don't hate you. I have no reason to hate you. But I want you to know that on platforms like this, we are going to tell you the truth, and we're also going to challenge you, but we're going to challenge you in the most peaceful way that we possibly can. And what you do after that is completely up to you. Okay. All right. I just wanted to let you know that, but so take some time, when I'm asking certain questions on the community page and all of that, I do really hope that you don't just pass over it, but really begin to challenge yourself, and that's it. We can have a wonderful conversation about a number of things, but it starts with wanting to be truthful, So anyway, there you go. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on, and let's play this next set here. And again, you listen to the Samba Sunday Night Radio. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section if this is something that you would like to see more of on this channel. Let me know in the chat. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to some great music. Thank you again. right, we're back. Thank you again for tuning in, and so glad that you guys can be with us this evening. Again, you're listening to Samba Sunday Night Radio, and this is something that we just always trying some new things here. We're always trying some new things, and this is yet another thing that we're trying here. What I'm shooting for is sometime this week we'll be kicking off over on the Samba Tree YouTube page. We're going to be doing some soundscape videos. So where it's a combination of music, but also music and nature sounds, because we want to create things that, of course, at sambatree.com, we're always, promoting things like herbs and powders and all that kind of stuff that we have over there. But we also want to promote good music. And I'm telling you, the technology that's out here today, we can do that now. We can move from just simply complaining about what they won't allow us to have, or, wish we could just have our own stuff, to now we can do that. So there shouldn't be anybody out here that's complaining, but you and I both know here on social media, complaint is kind of the gas that, fuels the engine out here. Everybody's going to find some way to complain about something. So, but we could actually create the type of music that we want, and so with this, that's exactly what we're doing here. And so it's really a combination of what I'm going to be doing over on Samba Tree. It's going to be a combination of that, using some of the AI technology, but also some of the other things I know how to do as well, and just combining those two things together, and really trying to put something out there that can really give a vehicle, if you will, to drive us to a place of peace, even if it's just for a few moments. So be on the lookout for that. And then maybe we'll be doing this little format that we have tonight. Maybe we'll be doing that again next Sunday. So we'll see. I do want to let me get to some of these comments here. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's here on here. We got Willie in the house. Thank you as always, Willie, for being there. Peace of Mind Counseling. Good to see you there. Justice 85. Always good to see you here. Aline McNeely said, wow, this is nice. And let's see, we got She Brew Natural, relaxing. Let's see what else. Aline said, this is in tune with my stillness of mind and my gratefulness of peace. Thank you both. Peace of Mind Counseling said, yes, more, please. Greg said, this jam right here. Okay. Aline said, V said, good evening to all. Aline, going back to Aline, I'm new to this channel and I really like this. Yes, I would love to breathe to this beautiful music. My thought, this is so needed. And I'll just continue on reading. Aline says some more, and it says, I'm working on balance with my journey in life, grateful, gratitude, and grace. And Injustice 85 says, Dwayne, just want to let you know that we appreciate your work and everything you do with your channel. You're truly changing my life and thought process, brother. I really appreciate all of those wonderful comments, and thank you guys, as always, for being the best part of this platform. It's really you, and really appreciate each and every one of you guys, for real. Let me say this, and then we'll get back into some music. I was reminded again of something I mentioned recently on a broadcast. I heard somebody else say it. It's kind of like one of those sayings that go around. You hear someone say it, then you repeat it, and then later on you hear somebody else repeat it again. And so it's like, man, I probably need to keep on repeating this thing. But and this goes along the line of what we've been talking about as far as how your brain works. And this is very important, and I hope you guys really get this on what I'm about to say. Your brain is focused on not making you successful. I know that sounds strange, doesn't it? You mean your body is actually working against you? No, no. Your brain, the way your brain is designed, it is not designed for you to be successful. And this is regardless of who you are, what color you are, or what neighborhood you come from. No, our brains, they are not designed to make you successful. They're designed to keep you safe. That's what they're designed. That's what your brain does. So what it does, it reaches in the past. This is what your brain does. And so it's always reaching from the past to inspire your future. That's how your brain operates. So, when you encounter a challenge, the first thing your brain does is it's going to look in the past and say, you tried that before. You know how that ended up. So the best thing for you to do is to go this way, because this is going to be the safer way. And we know that this will work. Or your brain's going to say, you better brace yourself right now, because it's going to be a rough road. I don't know how we're going to get through. You know how we just bumbled our way through the last time, and you know how much hurt and pain we went through before? Well, buckle up, kid. We're going to deal with that again. You know how this always goes. You can't really trust those people, because what happened the last time when you trusted these people or that individual. This individual ain't going to be any more different. That's your brain really trying to protect you. That's how our brains operate. But when you begin to challenge yourself and begin to do things that are out of the norm, of things that you don't normally do, and you begin to challenge yourself on that, what you are actually doing is rewriting your brain. You're rewriting the wiring of your brain to begin to set order and to say, nope, we're not repeating what happened yesteryear. Yes, I know that's what happened. When someone taught me this, they said, anytime you get thoughts like that come through your mind, you always say, you step back, because you're the real you is behind those thoughts. All of those thoughts that pass through your head, that's your brain pushing those thoughts. Your brain is always working. So what you do is you sit back and say, out of your mouth, I am noticing that I'm feeling a bit anxious right now. Or I am noticing that I'm feeling a bit of fear right now. I'm noticing that I'm just being a little bit negative. What's causing that? And so when you do that, what you're doing is you're actually separating yourself, the real you, from those feelings and those thoughts. And so you're not taking immediate ownership of that. You understand? So you're not taking immediate ownership when you feel that fear, when you feel that anxiety. You're not taking immediate ownership of that. Instead, you're keeping it at a distance. And then you just take your time and just go through it that way, as opposed to just immediately embracing it as, yeah, I should be fearful. Yeah, I should feel anxious. And this is why, because this happened before and it's always going to happen. And what I'm telling you is, no, that is not you. The real you, that is not you. That's not you. It's been very helpful for me. I told you, I've been doing these breathing exercises. I try to do, I start off my day with it, and I end up, before I go to bed, I do it. And man, I do it outside, and, out where I live. Like I told you, the sky is really it's not as clear as if I was in the northern part of the state, but you could definitely see a lot of stars out here. And I'm able to sit back outside. I got my warm clothes on because it gets cold out here. And I'm able to look at those stars, and I'm just like, wow, this is something. I'm doing my breathing exercises out there, man. And I said, wow, and then you can also see the mountains, at nighttime, you see the outline of the mountains around and all of that. I said, wow, these things have been sitting here all this time. Things have come and gone, and they're still there. They're still there. Then I start thinking about mountains in of themselves. Mountains, I was actually just doing some studies about mountains, and I said, mountains have their own ecosystem. They do. They have their own ecosystem. You have certain animals and creatures that live on certain mountains based on a number of factors. When you start getting a little bit deeper, vibration and frequency also plays a role in that as well. Where certain animals or plants, they don't just, everything in nature isn't just there. In other words, things in nature just don't just happen randomly. It may appear random to you and I, but it really isn't random. There is purpose and meaning behind everything. So when you look at a mountain, it was there, it was made there for a reason. When you look at the different animals that live on those particular mountains, they're there for a specific reason. Insects and plants and all those stuff, all of those things are there specifically. They're not there randomly. There's a specific reason for everything. And so everything on that mountain, from the water to providing shade, shelter, food, certain amount of sunlight, everything is purposeful. Now that's a mountain. Now if that's a mountain, how much purposeful do you think you are? You think you just came here by accident? You think the real you is just an accident? You just kind of stumbled here. Well, I don't know my mother and father. I was clearly an accident. You were not an accident. You are not an accident. Every one of us, we have a specific purpose. And, by resetting yourself, silencing yourself, learning the value and importance of silencing yourself, shutting things out, and having those opportunities where, throughout the day, you're just shutting everything out and you're beginning to focus on you and learning to listen to the real you that's on the inside. I'm telling you right now, it will bring you back. It does something to your nervous system where it literally resets your nervous system. Your nervous system, as it is right now, it has been written by the emotions that you have chosen to embrace as your own. So you know how sometimes you get, automatically you just freak out on certain things, or you get angry, or you do this or that or whatever. That's because it's been pre-programmed. You've allowed it to just function like that. But all of us, and me included, doing things like breathing exercises or just taking time and just being silent, what that does, it literally resets your nervous system. And once you do that, what begins to happen is you begin to see things around you begin to change. It's not going to happen overnight, but you'll begin to see it. So I would really encourage you to make sure that you are prioritizing, silence. You know what I mean? And I would really encourage you to do that. And so there you go. I just wanted to share that with you. But anyway, let's get back to a little bit more music here. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. And again, thank you for joining me this evening as we are trying something a little bit different. And I appreciate the feedback there. But, other people too, let us know, hey, this is something I want to hear more of. I'd like to see more of this. Let me know. And don't worry. We'll have the kitchen. There's plenty of things we can do in the kitchen. Okay, but thanks again. Let's go ahead and get back to some great music here.
Yeah. This one's for every queen who thought a crown was too heavy to wear. But baby, that crown was built for light.
You twist, you turn, you tuck, you side. Mirror talking, why can't it just lie? But I see galaxies in every curl. A sacred pattern, baby, that built the world. They said too coarse, I said too divine. High quality always takes time. Girl, your roots run deep as history. That's more than beauty, that's ancestry. You may think your hair's a curse, but I see it as a blessing. You've been stressing with that pressing, but your essence, baby, that's the lesson. Let your crown glow, let it breathe, let it show. Crowns aren't meant to be covered, no. I don't care what the others think, we just wanna see you happy. I'm happy, cause that's how I know it's true. Learn to love your crown, baby, I'll show you how. That's for, see, the sun hits right on them coils so tight. Each strand's a story, bold and light. You say it's hard for fingers to slide through, baby, that's two of us, me and you. Let's leave China and India out this talk. We walk in roots that angels walk. No synthetic love could ever compete with the rhythm that your curls beat. You say it's hard to manage, but art always takes some damage. Still you shine through all that pain. Girl, that's power in your mane. Let your crown glow, let it show, let it show. Crowns aren't meant to be covered, no. I don't care what the others think, we just wanna see you happy. And we're happy cause that's how I know it's true. Learn to love your crown, baby, I'll show you how. That's for see, that's legacy in motion. That's melanin devotion. Don't straighten what was made to rise. You were born from the sunrise, so let it twist, let it bloom. There's a whole universe in your room. You don't need their approval. I see you clearly, foresee. I see you, baby, I foresee you. Baby, I foresee you.
Well, I think this is probably where we're gonna part ways on this journey on as we are making our way. Hopefully, most of you're making your way to shutting things down for the evening so that you can just make that transition to the next day and make sure you are getting your rest. Make sure you do that. Some of the things I make sure I do is I'm taking magnesium. It's kind of like my thing, magnesium, vitamin D, and I also have a humidifier. And the combination of those three things, when I tell you, it don't even take me. I'm in the bed for like a minute. I'm gone. And not just I'm gone, I'm in deep dreamland. I mean, there ain't no GPS that's going to find me back. I'm serious. So, I just make sure I'm just, doing those things and, doing that every night. And man, I'm telling you, it just makes a world of difference. And I'm only mentioning that because there's so many people out there that have been complaining about insomnia, not able to sleep. Well, if you are out here and you are, going to sleep by way of TikTok, or Instagram, if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to make it right. Okay. Let's make it right now. Don't go to bed on that. Because remember, we talked about how every video that you engage in, even if it's just a little bit, that energy that those people are transmitting, your brain is trying to process that. So every time that you are scrolling and you may see a video for just a fraction of a second, your brain is constantly collecting all of that. And so by the end of the night, when you're like, okay, I'm ready to go to sleep, that's why it's so difficult for a lot of people to go to sleep, because your brain is so busy trying to piece all of this together. It's kind of, think of the detective in the, in these movies that have all of these different pieces on the big board and they got, string attached to this picture and that picture and all of that. Your brain is active and it's always trying to piece these things together. And so you want to transition when you go to bed at night from being, not coming from that place. You want to shut everything down and just relax, and then allow yourself just to calm down, relax, and go on to sleep, and then do that. So make sure you're getting some rest, relaxation. I just want to remind you again, over at SambaTree.com, we do have a up to 30% off sale that's going on right now. Early last week, we kicked off a multi-tea. I was telling Nicole the other day, I said, it's amazing how, because it's all herbs, it's not fruit, but it tastes just like fruit punch. It's amazing, all the different things that's in it. Check out our website and we list all the herbs that's in it. That's all it is. It's just herbs. That's it. And then you sweeten it hopefully with honey or, whatever natural sweetener of your choice. Don't put sugar in it. That kind of defeats the purpose, but you'll be amazed at how this thing tastes. And it's not even fruit in it, but it tastes like fruit punch to me. I mean, that's just me, but I would be curious to hear what you guys have to say on that. But you can find that and many more things over at SambaTree.com. And like I said, again, we still have that promo going on right now up to 30% off. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this evening's broadcast. Keep a lookout over on the SambaTree YouTube page, because again, this week we're going to be dropping some soundscapes videos. It's probably going to be one a week, but, we're going to put a lot into it. It's going to be a combination of music and some nature sounds, and so I'm looking forward to that. And that should be a great addition to the many things we're doing over on that platform. So make sure you check that out. And I think that's about it. That's all we have for this evening. And I really appreciate you guys stopping by here and spending some time with me this evening. And we're not going to play that song. Let's go on back here. Really appreciate that. And thank you so much. And we're going to see what we can do to launch us off into another great week. Let me see what I have here. Let's see what I have. Go on to see what we got here. I think we are going to go with this. Let's see what this one sounds like. No, that's a little too loud. Let's see. Let's go with this one. I think this one will do it. There we go. There we go. Well, again, thank you so much for tuning in to this special broadcast. and hope to see you again soon. Tell your friends about this. So yeah, because this is something we're going to be adding to the Samba family, and we're so glad that you're part of it too. Well, again, thank you so much on behalf of my wife and I. And we'll be talking again soon. Take care now. See you again soon.